I ended up, there was a studio that opened up in town near me. The other studio that I had gone to was more of a drive, and it would be harder to get back and forth on a regular basis. So a new studio opened up, and it was here close to my home. And I started just going over there somewhat frequently. And I was making more things, and I was trying new things. And I guess I'm one of those people who say, if they say you can't do something, I want to know why. I want to understand technically why would you not be able to do that? What would happen? So I started playing. I wasn't trying to make specific things, I was trying techniques. The techniques were what really hooked me. And majority of what I make is more abstract. I'm not really making a lot of things that are landscapes or people's faces or animals. I'm doing more abstract stuff, which I really find I love because whatever my mood is, there's something I can put my mood down into art. And I start giggling. I mean, I just laugh at myself that I'm having so much fun. And again, my mindset changed so much. I never realized how much negative talk I did to myself. How many times I would tell myself, you can't do this, you shouldn't do that. Why would you even think of that? And I recognized how many times I said it. And I said, that has to stop. Stop negative self-talk. Stop listening to people who are talking negatively, like, why would you do that? Oh my gosh. How much glass could you make? Why would you do that? And I said, because if I don't, I'll never know if I really am that passionate about it or not. But right now, I am. So I might not stay in this 20 years, but I might. And you don't know, I don't know. So that's why I'm doing it. I have to find out. Is so much impacts us in such a way, either negatively or positively. And I decided I didn't like negative. There's way too much negativity out there. Kindness to yourself is probably the most important place to start changing your mindset. And then it's a lot easier to change it towards other people. So from all of my fun time that I was having in the local studio, the owner decided not to keep this location open that I was playing in. And I was devastated. What am I going to do? And I went to my husband, and he looked at me, and before I even said very much, he goes, you don't get the garage. And I just looked at him and I said, well, then where am I going to do it? And he just looked at me and said, you know how to run a business, open your own. It had not occurred to me at all. And my husband said that to me. And whether he was serious or not, it doesn't matter. He said it to me, and my mind just started going. So, and again, picture my head's doing this big picture. The studio is already built out. The space is built out. If I came and made a new lease at this location, I could open my own studio. So was there naysay and self-doubt? Of course there was. But how do I address that? I don't have to know it all. I know how to run a business, and there are so many artists out there who know how to do more than I do. And I'll reach out to them because a lot of them are my friends. I will ask them for help. And I created a community in almost no time flat of people who loved glass art. So there was someone who knew stained glass, someone who knew mosaic, and of course several people who knew fused glass. And we talked about it, and we all agreed that offering a multitude of different types of glass art, because they all use the same tools, would be a great idea and a value to the community. And I can run the business. And then once I'm comfortable to take over some of those classes, I will. And I do the fused glass classes, but I am not passionate about the stained glass and the mosaic. I enjoy them, but not passionate. So I still hire people to do those classes because I think when you have someone who's passionate and sharing it with you, it's a completely different experience. I took over the studio space on January 1st of 2020, and it took probably about 5 or 6 weeks to get built out with the extra stuff that I needed to have and to bring in inventory and tools and lay everything out. And so we officially opened 5 weeks before COVID hit and then got shut down. So that was a challenge, as you would guess. And of course, the self-doubt came in big time again on me. And I turned it around with all my life. I have said, I wish I had more time. I wish there were more hours in the day. I wish there was more time for me. And I realized, as silly as it sounds, I received that in an odd and very complicated way, but I received that time. So I turned my mindset around again and said, okay, I'm going to learn fuse glass more intensely, more techniques, and I'm going to build out a gift shop in the front of my studio. And that way people can come in, for those that don't want to make something, they can have handcrafted, one-of-a-kind gifts available to them, and they can be the gift guru for their friends and their family, and have nice, beautiful art in their home or have it in their office. So there was suddenly a new design in my business that all came because I had more time to think it through, and how, again, can I benefit more people and make a bigger difference and a bigger impact. And so when retail opened, I was actually able to open up the retail side of my business. And there were some sales, there weren't a lot because people still didn't know I was here and a lot of people weren't leaving home. But it started to get the word out. And so I had done some advertising in our local paper, and I was told later, but people actually cut out the ad that I had or the article that was about me, and they put it on their refrigerator. And they said that they want to come here when they feel safe to go out again. I could never have imagined something that positive, that energy being out there, even during such a horrific environment and time. I mean, California really shut down so much tighter than a lot of places, but we were all impacted by it. And I was impacted by having a rent and a lease and all the bills for all the inventory, but I knew I did the right thing. And I held tight to that. I didn't accept the naysayers who said, oh my God, you were crazy. How could you be so stupid to open a studio just before COVID? Come on, who knew? So why would you say that to me? You know? And I was just like, no, taking that time and I'm making it valuable and I'm utilizing it. And here we are over 4 years later, and we're thriving.